Alright, welcome back to Braveheart Forge. I know it's been a while since we made a video. Today I'm going to explain a salt bath electro etch. There's another word for it, but whatever. Essentially, you electrochemically etch metal and or copper in salt water using a battery charger. So after a little bit of trial and error and looking up online, I found the best way to do it is distilled water and salt. Just regular old table salt. I do a 5-to-1 ratio, so I do 5 cups of water per every 1 cup of salt. That gives you a plenty big bath, as you see here. You want to obviously stir it up as best as possible so that it's nice and mixed. And once I get this all mixed up, then I'll explain the other steps in the process. Alright, I have my saltwater bath completed. So this is my battery charger. I actually picked it up at a pawn shop for about 40 bucks. It's just a regular old 10 amp charger and a 2 amp maintainer. For purposes today, we're going to use the 10 amp portion, which is the charging portion. You have your negative lead and your positive lead. I find it best to get a little plate of sorts for your negative lead. It gives you more surface area as a negative contact, and then your positive lead you'll connect to whatever you're etching. So first, I like to take a little 400 grit sandpaper and clean whatever I'm going to be etching. And on this one, I'm actually going to be doing both sides. So I'm going to clean both sides. Give it a good sanding on each side. Alright, so then you want to take an alcohol swab and or acetone, whatever you got, and you want to just wipe it down so where you're getting off all that black crap that you don't want on your blade. It will affect your etch, not terribly, but it will. So I'm going to actually go through 2 alcohol swabs here. Alright, so I'm going to let that air dry. So I'm actually doing both sides of this tomahawk at the same time. I'm going to be doing an eagle and then some words on the other side. So any part of the metal that's exposed in the water will etch. So wherever you don't want it to etch has to be covered with vinyl. I hear nail polish works. I've only used vinyl so far. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So once this is dry, it's dry enough.
Because as you lose your stickiness, you also lose the strength of your etch. See, I'm a little too far over already, so. It's still questionable. Was it? It looks bigger, a lot bigger. There we go. Alright. So I'm going to press this down as best as possible by hand, and then once I get the other side on, I'll fold it over the edges, so I don't mess up the edges of the blade. So again, I'm going to press it down really well. Make sure all my little inside my letters are good. Now, I don't want my blade edge here to get etched, so I'm going to make this seal right here real nice and tight. Make this seal right here real nice and tight. And I'm going to cut this like so. Fold it up over. Alright, so I got a little gap here, but luckily I have enough vinyl to just cover the hole. Now I'm going to fold it up and over on that side.
that side. Now what I like to do is take my heat gun and lightly go over it on a low heat, just so that it adheres real good. And that'll get all your edges real nice and crisp. So then you can just go and push down all your edges. That might be a little close right there. All right. So from here, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is put your negative probe in. All right. So for this part, I have to suspend the tomahawk that I'm etching in the water. So I need to figure out how to do that while still getting all of the stuff that I want etched deep enough. So I'm actually going to use one of my handles. And that actually looks about perfect right there. So if you look real close, everything's under the water that needs to be etched on both sides. So now all I got to do is push start. I have it on the charger mode, which is 10 amps, 10 amp battery charger, 2 amp maintainer. The yellow light says it's charging. Oh, first of all, you got to connect your positive lead. I turned it back off. Connect your positive lead. Now I can start it. Once you start it, you'll start to see it bubble. And I feel like the closer you are to your negative lead, the better it works. So all that bubbling right there is the process working. So I will leave this on for just a second, let you see it working. If it's bubbling like that, that means you got a good work. You always want your positive lead on your etched material. And I'm gonna put this in here for about 10 minutes, check it, and see how deep my etch is. And then if I need to go longer, I will. All right, so it's been 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off, unclip my positive lead. We're just gonna take a look at how deep our etch is. Here, Sabrina. All right, so that's a pretty deep etch right now. I think we can go a little deeper on this side. That'd be all right. I think it's just black. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. This time I'm gonna face this side to the negative lead. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back on. Give it another, I'd say about 10 minutes, and we'll look at it. All right, so our 10 minutes is up. So that's a total of 20 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. While I'm doing all this, I'll talk a little bit about the water. You can see how black that water turned. That has to do with the chemical compound of the salt water changing because you're running electricity through it and ionizing it. It actually produces some gases and stuff, so you need to be pretty careful. Obviously, don't breathe in the gas that comes off of it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go and rinse this off. All right, so I have a really deep etch. You can see the eagle is super deep. This little black spot right here is actually where it ate through the mild steel. So the way this is made is sand my. So it's mild steel on the outside and a high carbon bit on the completely on the inside. This black spot right here indicates that I've eaten all the way through the mild steel. And that right there is high carbon steel. So in order to try and make that look the same color, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this personalizer, which is a lot more than what I spent on my battery charger. Not everybody's gonna have this option. It is a pricey way to go, but it has made us a lot of money. So if you see on the personalizer, you have Etch and Mark. Etch is DC, Mark is AC. This only puts out maybe about an amp, so it's not as strong as a battery charger. And you get it with these, you buy these little electrolyte compounds, or I'm sorry, liquids that are for different steels, different types of copper and everything. So what I'm gonna do is, to make it a little bit more dark, is I'm gonna use the mild steel one, since that's what we're trying to darken. I have it on Mark, which is AC, right? I'm gonna dip my Q-tip in there, put my lead on there, and then turn it on. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off, and we'll see how deep of an etch we have. You can see that I had a good seal because nothing that I didn't want etched has been etched. Uh-oh. So it looks like we had a little bit of leakage here on this side. But let me see what we got here. Let me go rinse this off again. All right, that seemed to have cleaned it up quite good. So now that the letters actually show, pretty decent. And the depth of that etch is probably a couple millimeters, especially on the eagle on this side. It's real nice and deep in here. You can feel it to the touch. So all in all, successful, and hopefully the client will like it. And if so, then we'll ship it out. And if not, then we'll make another one and do it again. That is electrochemical etching. A good practice is to clean it with soap and water, because you don't want all of this. That'll neutralize all the acid that is created by our saltwater bath and the electricity. So clean it good with soap and water, and then oil it, because this is corrosive. So if you just leave it on there, it'll rust it like within minutes. So always clean it very well. And at the end of this video, I'll have some photos in our light box to where you can actually see how good this looks. So thanks for watching.